Hello, welcome back to the show.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. It's Happy New Year. Christmas is over, but the New Year is on its way in. We're still doing the hot chocolate winter wonderland scene, I guess, right?
Yes.
It's like really cold outside.
Just kidding. Not to do that. It is very cold. We got snow finally.
I don't like the cold. It feels like it's in the negatives. I don't know why, but like 25 degrees with the wind chill is like 14 or 10 degrees, which is like 80, 90 degrees below body temperature.
I don't know. Probably.
You don't know what body temperature is?
No.
Dyer is gone for the show, out on vacation, doing the whole New Year's thing with family. So, introduce yourself.
Hello. I am Allie.
Oh, we're using fake names.
Nope.
Well, I'm Digi. This is Spider-Man. Fake names.
I'm Spider-Man.
I spent the day watching a couple hours on YouTube, watching some friends build a school. Did you see it?
Yes.
No, you didn't.
I saw some of it.
What?
Didn't watch all of it on Minecraft.
I saw Sophia on there. I don't know if any of them are here. Give a shout out, I guess, if you're on. I see, give a shout out to another TV viewer. I don't know how to say that. Gingerny? Talking Robbo. Hello, welcome to the show. I'm going to put, I forgot here. We have a Discord server where you can come and have fun 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We do memes, jokes. We have we're going to do like a movie night coming tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Right. So here is a link to the Discord invite. We're going to be watching Harry Potter. What time are we starting that?
I do not know.
How long is all of the Harry Potter movies combined?
I think about 20 hours. Because there's...
Did you just make that up?
Yes. There's like 9 of them.
9 movies?
No, 8 movies.
I thought you were an expert.
No, I am not.
Does anybody know how, on the chat here, does anybody know how long all of the... I'm trying to figure out how to gauge it, or what time we should start.
I don't know what to Google.
Don't know what to
20 hours.
And what did you say?
I said 20.
You did not.
Yes, I did.
So you did know.
I don't know. I was guessing.
You know what? I'm just going to drink my hot chocolate and be quiet.
I was guessing. So 20 hours of Harry Potter movies tomorrow.
Okay, we're going to watch 20 hours of Harry Potter tomorrow. So when you join the Discord server, we have a movie night channel. You just grab your favorite popcorn beverage, and we're going to be watching Harry Potter tomorrow. We voted for it, I think, kind of, sort of. Did we vote for it? Everybody was just like shouting out
it.
Harry Potter.
Yes.
Why Harry Potter?
Harry Potter is awesome. Sophia agrees if she chimes in.
Yeah, I think Sophia, I saw earlier, she said she'd been up for like 24 plus hours, and she's probably unconscious right now. So,
maybe.
Probably.
Or she's still gaming.
Have you ever been up for 24 hours?
No.
I have, and it's rough after like the I don't know. Let's see, from like 7 a.m. until about like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and that's when I start really losing it after that.
And then I go to bed. That's my time to sleep. After 2 to 3 a.m.
Are you talking quiet on purpose?
No.
So how did you get here?
I don't know.
I don't think you know how this whole talk thing works. So, Allie is planning on starting our program, show, talk.
Show.
Starting when?
Possibly next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday, like a 5 days Tuesday?
Yes.
Is that 5 days? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days.
5 days.
I guess I should know since tomorrow's the 1st
And then
and Tuesday's the
Tuesday
5th.
the 5th.
I don't have to actually count that, huh?
Probably not.
Cool. Look forward to it. You having a co-host?
I'm not sure. We might have surprise visitors.
Surprise visitors.
Visitors.
Well, for the upcoming year, this show, we're planning on doing more giveaways. We're going to be on more times a week. And Allie's program is going to be part of that new intro.
Yes.
So trying to work out the logistics, but definitely like the giveaway. We had a lot of good feedback from the Amazon gift cards and stuff that we gave away on the last show. Last show? Oh yeah, it was
The
Christmas
last show.
time.
Christmas.
And so that went over really, really well. We're hoping to get enough sponsors to make that happen on a monthly basis. Give something away,
Sounds
or
like fun.
some things plural. Hopefully.
Some things.
Is anybody out there? I saw there's people logged in, but nobody's chatting right now. Let's see here. Well, it is New Year. Do you have any New Year's resolutions?
No.
Have you ever made a New Year's resolution?
I don't think so.
Do you know what New Year's resolutions are?
Yes.
Okay, what is a New Year's resolution?
The goals for the year.
Goals.
Yes.
Like,
Things you want to do.
example.
Like, people want to start diets, and then they end up not doing that. Don't doing that.
They end up don't doing that.
Yes.
That is true. I actually heard a really neat story. I'm trying to think of how it goes. So, if you have 3 monkeys in a tree, and 2 of them decide to jump out, how many monkeys are in the tree?
1.
It's actually 2. Let me say it again. Okay? You have 3 monkeys in a tree, and 2 of them decide to jump out. How many monkeys are left in the tree?
Well, you just said 2, so.
Okay, maybe I'll ask it in a different question. You have 5 people who make the New Year's resolution to go on a diet. 6 months later, how many people are on a diet?
Probably none.
Yeah, none. And the moral of the story is making a decision and actually acting upon it are 2 completely different things. So just because the monkeys decided to jump out of the tree doesn't mean that they actually did. Just like you can decide to go on a diet and not actually
Not
go on
actually
it.
go on a
Yeah,
diet.
yeah. So that's kind of a major life lesson. In fact, it's one of the top things to do is actually take action. And I saw a lady, and I'm trying to think of her name. She's a great motivational speaker, and blonde-haired lady. I can't think of it, but she does the countdown liftoff thing. Have you seen it?
What countdown liftoff thing?
She says 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then she just does it. So her problem was she didn't really want to get out of bed or wasn't motivated to do much or whatever, and so she procrastinated. So she'd lay in the bed, and then the alarm would go off, and then she wouldn't get up, and then the alarm would go off again, and then she'd hit the snooze button, and then the alarm would go off again. And so one day she just decided that the next time the alarm wakes up, I'm gonna count down like a spaceship, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I'm just gonna get out of bed. And so when the alarm went off, she counted down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then she actually just got up and got out of bed. Yeah. Once you make the decision to move, it seems like in your head it's like a big, huge thing, and most people just don't, or they'll procrastinate. But really, just doing it is the secret of success for every single successful person out there, is taking the action. And so, I don't know, maybe make your New Year's resolution
Resolution.
to to just, I don't know, maybe take more action this year.
Yes.
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 Well, I would put this across as the improve whatever, which we haven't done forever, but
count down
we're
from
still
5 and do it.
we're still on the Christmas scene. So, you know what I like best about hot chocolate?
Whipped cream.
Whipped cream. It's my favorite part. Yeah.
Yes.
So, I actually have some good news. Let me switch gears here for a second. Speaking of resolutions, it's almost like I knew I was going to talk about this. Speaking of New Year's resolutions, I came across this article. It was How to Be Happier in 2021. Are you a happy person?
Yes. Most of the time.
When you're not a happy person, what do you tend to be?
Not really angry, but kind of just, I don't know.
I don't know, not angry.
Yes.
So when you're not
In
happy,
between.
when you're not a happy person, you're in between angry and happy.
Yes.
I don't know where to go with that. I was thinking that you would say indecisive, since you just stare at me and blink.
That
you know,
is
like,
true. I am very
when I'm not a
indecisive.
happy person, I'm indecisive, or I'm asleep,
Or I'm in between happy and angry.
So, this article was How to Be Happier in 2021. And the article says that you should toss out your usual list of New Year's resolutions. So you want to look trimmer, be smarter, and successful next year. You strive to exercise and call your friends more and spend less. That's like a big thing. I'm pretty sure that's like 99% of everybody's resolution is right there. They want to be slimmer. They want to learn something new, be smarter. You want to be successful. So you want to be in contact with family and friends, or spend less. You know, that's it.
Yes.
I don't know. I've never really been a resolution type of a person. I've never like sat back at the end of December and counted all the things that I didn't like and then tried to change that in January. I've never done that, but I know there are a lot of people who do. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I look back and remember the good things, and I'm thankful for what I ended up having. And when you can walk away from a year or walk away from an accident, or you've still got your health and everything, those are they seem to be the most important things. And when, I don't know, I see people chasing after the dollar bill, and then when they finally get it, you know, what did you sacrifice to get to that position? And, you know, I don't know if I'm really willing to sacrifice the things that I have to have something that I don't right in the moment.
Yeah.
So, anyway, getting back on track, you want to lose weight and you want to spend less? Well, you're not alone. New Year's resolutions are as ubiquitous as they are difficult to keep. Does it even make sense to set such lofty goals for the new year, hoping anew each January 1st that this time really is the charm? Any motivational research will have ambivalent feelings about New Year's resolutions, says Richard Ryan, an international expert on motivational research and professor of psychology at the University of Rochester. The evidence shows that most of the time people aren't successful at them. But don't throw in the towel quite yet. Ryan, who is also a clinical psychologist, said that any occasion that gives us an opportunity to reflect on our lives is ultimately a good thing. It doesn't have to be on New Year's. Whenever that happens, it's really a reflective change, something that you can put your heart behind that can be good for the people, or that can be good for people. So anytime, you know, you're at a stage where you look back and reflect, is a good time, I guess. Especially, I don't know, if you're going to self-improve, that would be a thing. And I guess I genuinely try to self-improve as I go. And I do know that I'm not a perfect person, so there's a lot of times when I would like to be less angry, or I like to be less stressful, or I like to complain less about work or whatever. And then I find myself getting back into where I end up complaining just when I didn't want to. But anytime that you can stop and look back and reflect, I guess, is what he's saying is the actual best part of it. He has another tip: what proves most satisfying and may also be what's most needed as the COVID-19 pandemic rages on are goals that involve giving to others. So think of how you can help, says Ryan. There are a lot of distress out there. If we set goals that aim to help others, those kind of goals will in turn also add to our own well-being. I guess you're more fulfilled helping. So I had this, there's a secretary at my office, and we were going through Christmas. Like she was talking about her Christmas, I was talking about my Christmas, and I was explaining to her, my youngest is 9, and she opened up like this giant box of Play-Doh, and she, like, as soon as her eyes made contact with the Play-Doh, she goes, and she was super excited. And like, she opened up a box of, candy, her favorite, and it was, and there were other moments when she just gasped, and you could tell like she was elated, super happy. You could see the spark in her eyes, and that made me feel happy, when she opened up her Nintendo Switch. And it was like the most best thing in the world, on top of all the other 15 most best things of the world that she opened up during like the Christmas couple of days, And so I was explaining that I got, this electric snow shovel, and I was explaining that I gave an electric snow shovel, a couple of them away, and I gave, a foot massager, and I gave all these other gifts. And so after about like 30 minutes of talking, she said to me, what did you get? What is your favorite gift? And I was like, my brain like seized up. And I remember opening like a whole bunch of stuff. Now I didn't do the, although I did do that. And I do remember doing it on a couple of items. One was specifically because I was actually looking at buying it myself. This, it's like a cryptic locked USB key thing. And then something that I was totally, completely not expecting was this survival kit thing. It just was neat. And when she asked me, I had to actually stop back and think, because my favorite part of Christmas was less of the stuff that I got and watching the other people who, like the first snow shovel that I gave away. Well, at first she thought it was exercise equipment. She opened the box and it's like a shovel. And she's like, oh yay, it's exercise. And she's trying to be happy. And you could tell that she wasn't. Like, who wants, like, okay, so I'm sorry. You're going to give somebody exercise equipment unless they specifically ask for it, right? You don't want to give somebody exercise equipment because you're like, hey, you're fat. Here, walk on this for a couple hours a day or whatever. You know what I mean? Unless somebody says, I ride a bike every single day and I'm training to be a marathon biker or a triathlete or something like that. Mm-hmm. And I need to be able to ride a bike in the wintertime. It's freezing cold outside. It'd be nice if I could ride it indoors. Or I do have a resolution to, I'm pre-diabetic and I've got to be careful. And I'd like to do, that's what I want. Then that's fine. But she looked at me and she's like, oh, yay, exercise equipment. But then when she actually saw what it was like, oh my goodness, I was actually looking at this. And I know she was looking at it because I was listening. Excuse me. And so when she got it, that just made me feel good. Like you picked something,
Yeah.
And did you give away any gifts that like people are like, oh?
I gave away to my younger sister a baking set that she has already used, and she liked spinning the cake and putting frosting on it. It was fun, but very messy.
How do you spin a cake?
It has a cake spinner. So you put the cake on top, and it helps decorate cakes.
I have no idea what that is. I've seen a spinner where you can like make a vase or make like a mud clay bowl or something. Is that what it is?
No.
It's like I've seen like
It's kind of like a little turntable type thing.
they used to have these like paper things when I was a kid growing up, and you would take a paper
Spins.
and it would like spin it super fast, and you would like drop, paint on it, and it would splatter all over the place. And then when it was done, it was like allegedly art.
Yeah.
And it really was, because I'm not artistic at all whatsoever. So when I did it, was like, oh wow, this is the best art I ever made. And all I did was, throw junk
Throw
at
paint
it.
at it.
So I'm sorry, that's what I was thinking. We're so far off of this whole article. I don't even know how to get back to it. Let me see here. Let's go back. Oh, giving away to others. So you gave away this baking set, and she was...
Very happy.
Because she got to eat the cake, or she got to make the cake?
She got to make the cake.
Okay. Yeah, I know. Did Christmas make you feel better watching people open the stuff that you got, or the stuff that you really wanted and you got? What was the best part of Christmas?
I liked watching people open the presents I got them.
Okay. And that's basically what Ryan is saying here. So his advice is grounded in decades of research, together with Edward Decky, also University of Rochester professor in psychology. Ryan is the founder of self-determination theory, also known as SDT. And I say that slowly to make sure everybody knows what I'm saying. SDT. A broad framework for the study of human motivation and personality. Developed by the duo over nearly 40 years, the theory has become one of the most widely accepted frameworks of human motivation in contemporary behavioral science. Its starting point is the idea that all humans have the natural or intrinsic tendency to behave in effective and healthful ways. According to Ryan, who is also professor at the Institute for Positive Psychology and Education at the Australian Catholic University, acts of willingly helping others satisfies all three of the basic psychological needs identified in SDT research. The needs for autonomy, competence, and relatedness. Autonomy in this context means that you can engage in activities in which you feel true volition and find personal value. Competence means feeling effective and having a sense of accomplishment. And finally, relatedness means that working with and feeling connected to others. So if you want to make a New Year's resolution that really makes you feel happy, think about in ways in which you can contribute to the world, says Ryan. All three of these basic needs are fulfilled. The research shows that it's not just good for the world, but also really good for you. So, what do you think?
Makes sense.
Are you a giving person?
Yes. I like giving things to people.
So, I like giving on my terms. So, I'll see I'll see like the jar that sits out at the gas station, and somebody in town, had an accident. We had a girl who went to high school, and her boyfriend got in a serious accident, and like the whole community, like I believe the local community who knew this person literally pulled together, and you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. They were driving down the road, they got T-boned, they were airlifted out of the state, and it was like touch and go, and like that was the story that you hear it on the news, and then you follow it and you keep looking and you're trying to find out, is she okay, did everything happen? And so when I see those things, I do give to them. And occasionally, what really got me like choked up is like at the Wendy's. I don't know if you're familiar with the Dave Thomas Foundation.
Yes.
They do like adoptions, and I remember going in and I'm ordering my food, and no one like asked or anything, but like there's this little jar, and there's like this picture of this girl who wanted to be adopted, and like I saw her face, and I'm thinking that she doesn't have a home, and I'm trying to order my food, and I'm like crying, and I'm trying to put money in the thing, and like I would have adopted her if she was standing right there. It's kind of like you go through the line at the store, and you're like, oh, there's a candy bar that I like, and you just get a candy bar. Like if she was standing there, I'd have been like, oh, you know, I need another kid. Let's just adopt her.
Just take her.
Yeah. But now when I see the people like standing in the middle of the road and they're asking for money for something, I try not to make eye contact with those people because I don't know what they are and I don't know what it is, and I feel like I'm being forced to give. And so I usually avoid those people, or like the bell ringers at the store, the people who are, you know, whenever they're crowded around like the entrance of a store and like you can't get through before they like some, you know, proposition you for whatever they're, you know, trying to get money for, or donate or whatever, you know what I mean? And the one exception, I guess, is like the Girl Scouts. Like when you see those cookies stacked there, you're like, cookies.
Give me all of them.
Hang on, let's go get cash. We'll be back. And so I used to have this go-to where when I felt like I was being attacked, like, give us money. And I would say, oh, you know, I don't have any cash on me right now. But like the majority of them now, like when I say that, they're like, that's okay, we take credit cards. And I'm like,
how do you take credit cards?
When did you do that? Like the Boy Scouts. Not that I avoid the Boy Scouts, but like I was watching the Boy Scouts. They were selling, you know, they didn't do a whole lot of that this year because of the whole COVID thing. But like you can buy their bag of popcorn and use your credit card. Or at least you could here. And so that was kind of neat. Changing subjects completely. And it is not necessarily completely because it is still about giving. Someone, one of our followers here sent me this article today. I'm going to put it up on the screen here. It is a picture, or it's actually a tweet. You familiar with Twitter?
Not really.
Not really?
I have a Twitter account, but I do not actually have Twitter on my phone.
Okay, so this is a conductor on the Pskov-Moscow train. One of the train conductors basically feeds a cat named Felix sausage during his short stop in Staraya, Russia. Rusa? This says Rusa, but I think that it might just be a misspelling. There's probably supposed to be an I in there somewhere.
Probably.
I think. So Felix shows up every single day at 10:40, like almost 11 o'clock.
Yes.
And he has for several years.
This cat has a better internal clock than me.
I think that cat has a better internal clock than like most people, where it's like shows up, it's like, okay, it's getting to be
Sausage time.
10:40. It's like sausage time. It's sausage time. So this one conductor started doing it, and it looks like all of the conductors are now aware of Felix, and they make him sausage in advance.
I should be Felix. Just go to trains. Can I have sausage?
Isn't there really? I mean, I remember a cartoon when I was growing up called Felix the Cat.
I do not know that.
But that's pretty cool. Comes up and gets fed sausage, so you know, he doesn't actually have to hunt mice or anything. Do you like sausage?
Yes.
Some people do, some people don't.
I like certain types of sausage.
I'm pretty sure that like if the train guy was like, hey, we got free sausages here, I would take them.
I don't know if I would take it from some random person.
Well, Felix doesn't have a problem with that.
That's because he's a cat.
Right. Okay. So my next article, and this is pretty cool. It is a, have you ever invented anything?
No.
Never.
No, I have not.
Have you ever like been doing something and it was like, oh, I can make that better. I haven't been watching the stream. Is anybody like talking?
No. Some Sav said she likes giving things too.
Okay. So I have this invention that I'm working on, and I am close. And my problem is, like, I think I'm trying to do it by myself. But I like doing things by myself. So, but basically, in your lifetime, I'm going to invent a cell phone battery that never has to be charged.
That would be nice.
We're talking like Iron Man level technology. Minus the super suit. And the Avengers. And talking AI. And
We should make a talking AI.
well, we have
That'd
one,
be fun.
but she's kind of like...
She's
Are you
on-
familiar with Jerry?
Yes.
Okay. So
She's taking a break.
there's a lot of things going on with Jerry. And part of it is this year I was extremely brutal with her in working environments. And so a couple of high windy days, Jerry took a nosedive, and so we're working on bringing Jerry back. That's my fault. Okay. These two boys made $250,000 from an invention that they made.
It's a lot of money.
Have you ever made $250,000?
No, I have not.
Like in my lifetime, I've actually made $250,000. I've not kept it, but like
Yeah.
two kids. Now here's their picture. Two kids. There they are. They invented. They made $250,000. The best part about it is they made. They donated like thousands of dollars to animal shelters.
I like animals.
Because you can feed them sausage.
Yes.
So according to tradition, January 6th, aka the 12th day of Christmas. Are you familiar with the
The 12 days of
12
Christmas.
days of Christmas?
Yes.
You are.
Yes.
Because you give gifts all through that time, or what?
No. I just know there is 12 days of Christmas because of the Christmas song.
Do you know where the song comes from?
No.
Do you know, like, is that something that they actually gave away as gifts?
I didn't know that.
Did they?
I think so.
I don't know.
I think that used to be a thing.
So on the 12 days of Christmas, did you actually like find like leaping lords and milking maids, and like you just gave them to somebody? Like
I
you're
don't
going
know.
through town, you're like, you look like you don't have anything. How about I buy you and I give you to my girlfriend on the 7th day of Christmas or whatever.
I would not like that as a present.
I could see like giving somebody a goose or geese or 5 rings or whatever, but like I need
Just
10
random
milkmaids.
people?
I need 10 milkmaids. And I need a bunch of guys, and not just guys that just walk up and be like, hey, I'm dudes, you know. You need to just like leap like deer constantly. And I'm going to give you to my girlfriend. And be like, what? You don't own me? Yeah, I do. That just seems weird to me.
It is very weird.
Even the song itself seems a little weird. Anyway, what does it have to do with anything?
I don't know.
either. So, the 12th day of Christmas. Okay, according to tradition, January 6th, the 12th day of Christmas, is when you're supposed to take down your Christmas tree.
I never take down my Christmas tree.
Your Christmas tree stays up year round?
Yes.
That's weird.
I'm just too lazy to keep taking it up and down.
I
a lot
know
of
like
work.
a lot of people who will like spend a lot of time putting the decorations up on the exterior of the house, and they just leave them up. But it usually kind of blends in with the facade.
Yeah.
And be like walking into your forest of a living room with your Christmas tree and everything all up. Yeah.
Should just get a couple more trees.
So I do know that there are a lot of people that do have Christmas trees that are up year round, and they decorate them differently per month. Is that
I
what
should
you
do that. I don't. I just leave it. Decorated like Christmas.
Like some people dress it for Valentine's Day, it'll be have hearts on it, and then others will have, whatever.
That seems like a lot of work.
I think it is a lot of work. I don't put up a tree myself. But anyway, on January 6th is the day when you're supposed to take your Christmas tree down. So all of you that leave it up year round, like you, the time is ticking. There is a time. It is January 6th, and that's when the tree comes down.
In 6 days.
In 6 days. Okay? Sadly, most folks, as they wrap up precious ornaments until next holiday season, find themselves a few keepsakes short. Ornaments are fragile things. All it takes is a curious cat, a running toddler, or even the misguided sweep of a vacuum cleaner sucking up stray needles to destroy a cherished family memento. Do you have like stuff that's handmade that can't be replaced?
I don't think I have anything handmade, but I have like personalized ornaments.
Like, I know that like kids make stuff at school, and like nowadays it's made out of like paper or something. So if the cat gets it and rips it up, or if it falls off or whatever, like you have hand blown glass or something, like those are things that just can't be replaced anymore. And that's just what inspired a pair of 12-year-old entrepreneurs to take action. Brothers Ian and Mickey, who live in Shelton, Connecticut, were decorating their family Christmas tree last year when one of their favorite ornaments succumbed to the forces of gravity. The beloved family dog Zara, whose tail, described as an ornament missile, may have played a part as well. While the tree decoration in question was beyond repair, from its broken shards sprung a bright idea. What if there was a better way to hang ornaments so they were truly secure? From that epiphany, the ornament anchor was born. And they're holding it up right there, you can see. Using a loop and toggle system, Aang created a prototype and presented it for a school project. The reception was overwhelmingly favorable, so favorable, in fact, the boys quickly decided to turn their invention into a potential money-making proposition. My brother and I worked together to design the product, patent it, create an awesome website, calculate profit margins, and did our own market analysis, Ayan told CNN. We did everything to the point where every month was Christmas. This wasn't the boys' first commercial invention rodeo. A previous gadget landed the pair and their family on an episode of Shark Tank. While they didn't cut a deal, it was a true learning experience. From $1,000 in sales in 6 hours at a local Christmas trade show, the ornament anchor went on to be showcased on Good Morning America and featured on QVC. In 1 year, the brothers' brainchild had raked in more than $250,000, $250,000.
That's more money than most people, I think.
Okay,
make.
I have never made $250,000 in a year.
I have not either.
Like, as a family household, I've not made more than $250,000. In fact, as a family household and like two other of my favorite family households combined probably don't make $250,000.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. So, flush with success, Ain and Mickey are determined to pay their good fortune forward by donating 10% of their profits to local animal shelters. Ever since I was super young, I had a fascination with all of life's creatures, Ain explained. My goal is to help as many animals in need as I can. The boys admit that starting a new business in 2020 had its challenges. While they're enjoying their well-earned windfall, adjusting to the distance learning and other constraints of the coronavirus lockdown wasn't easy. Through the turbulent times, they said they've just tried to take things one step at a time and keep positive attitude because that, along with the love and support of their family, are what keeps them anchored. So, that's pretty cool. So now you feel like inventing something?
I don't know.
I feel more motivated
Maybe.
to like actually continue like what I'm doing. And I need to like just break down and like I need an engineer to help me get through like a couple of the pieces that I'm having problems with. So I literally have a device done and made and finished that I can like light like LEDs. I can actually generate power from it for an infinite amount of time, but not enough to generate an entire cell phone. And I think it's there. There's just some pieces that I don't have the schooling for, and I've tried to like speed learn it, and I need to be able to fabricate parts, and the parts that I'm making are just too big. Right. So, I mean, I can make a cell phone the size of a suitcase, but I don't think that's going to help
It's
anybody.
probably not going to help anybody.
That's probably not going to help anybody. Okay. You have anything to add?
I don't think so.
Do you want to talk about your part of the show?
No.
What? Okay, we're just going to wait until next week.
Yes.
5 days. 5 days, and you can come back on Tuesday at what time?
Probably 4 o'clock.
Probably 4 o'clock on Tuesday, and watch a brand new pilot episode of something super neat and exciting coming. So come back and watch us then. Cell phone. I'm all in for a cell phone. Okay. Is that Gabby? Is that the Gabby?
I think so.
Okay. Hi, Gabby. And yes, you are the person that I had in mind when I was inventing this particular cell phone. And all teenage girls and boys that, okay, so you're at a concert, right? And you're trying to videotape your favorite part of the concert. You're not supposed to. You're not supposed to videotape, but you do. Of course you do,
I
right?
think everybody does.
Okay. You're at a, let's just rephrase it so we can stay within the legal terms. You're at a family birthday party and you're trying to videotape, or, you know, we got the coronavirus. So everybody's like streaming now. You're streaming from here to Florida or here to Connecticut or here to whatever. And, you know, all that power running or watching movies or watching Netflix and YouTube and all that stuff, you know, it kills your battery.
Yes.
And so what happens when you're at the end and it's like your battery's dead and it's about to die and you've used it all day and it's only lunchtime and you still got, you know, you're not going home to charge it, or you don't have your car. There are a lot of people who work in the city that literally walk from place to place. You don't have a way to charge it. And so this is a cell phone. I expect it's going to be pretty close to cell phone size, might be just a smidgen thicker, and it will literally run continuously without being charged ever.
That'll be awesome.
Yeah, yeah. So, and it is the Gabby. I see her. Welcome to the show. Hopefully you can come around tomorrow night on the Discord stream, and we're going to marathon Harry Potter for movie night.
All 20 hours.
All 20 hours of Harry Potter. Okay. Okay, my next good news, bit of good news, I guess. Let me see here. I think I have a picture. So this one was pretty cool. Did you do a lot of shopping this year?
Yes, I did.
Like walking through the stores and throwing stuff in carts, or you ordered things?
I ordered a lot of my stuff, but there were a few things that I couldn't order that I did have to go to a store to get.
Okay. I ordered more on Amazon this year than I have ever ordered online. I guess I shouldn't just say Amazon. But like I ordered so much. And so I got their credit card, and you like earn money back. And so there was like a big chunk of Christmas that was basically free for me. I was able to use points from stuff that I was already buying. And you know how many times I've gone into Walmart and bought a bunch of stuff, and then like it comes December, they're like, you know what? You shop here all the time. We're just going to give this to you for free.
Pretty sure never.
Never.
Walmart doesn't do that.
I have been into Starbucks on several occasions when I go in there and like, you're such a good customer. You don't have to pay for this. It's free on us. It's on us today. And I've had that happen. And sometimes the machine's down, or they come back or whatever, or you waited too long or whatever. And so that's been pretty cool. But I don't know if I've ever been into like McDonald's or any place like that where they're like, you know what, you come in here all the time. We're just going to give you this.
I don't think that has ever happened to me.
Okay, but Amazon did that to me. You know, I've been to the movie theaters where you go like X number of times and then like you get a free ticket or free popcorn or free something like that. So that's kind of cool. And it makes you feel good. But like when you can get like hundreds of dollars worth of free stuff,
It's even better.
I personally like hundreds of dollars of free stuff. And if Amazon would give me thousands of dollars of free stuff,
I would like
I would
better.
literally put a like Amazon logo on this show, and it would be on there like all the time, and Amazon could support
Just
us.
in the little corner.
Yeah. So
Amazon.
if they have like, ooh, we have actually an Amazon device right here. So if the Wiretapper is listening, if Amazon wants to sponsor this show, I will literally put it on here like in a big, it'll be like, it all says Amazon, and then there's like this little picture of just our faces in the corner. But whatever. Okay, so this year, I think a lot of people did a lot of ordering.
Probably.
And so there was a lot of mail being delivered, packages. There's a lot of UPS, FedEx, Amazon has its own delivery service and such. So this next article is about a UPS driver, and he was literally crying when the neighborhood said thank you. So here's a picture. You can see him. He's literally crying. And there's a guy here with a bullhorn. I don't know if you can see him in the back. Here, we'll make it bigger. I'll make it bigger. Okay. One UPS worker in Virginia didn't just receive a cash gift or Christmas card this December as a thanks for their hard work through the pandemic. Hundreds of local residents stood outside their homes and clapped for their favorite delivery driver, Anthony Gaskin, as he drove slowly by the parade. Over 100 Midlothian locals honked the horns on their cars, rang their bicycle bells, and held up homemade signs as they applauded in every way they could. Anthony's supervisors were even there to give a gift to him. One resident explained why it was important to her to thank the UPS driver in a big way. Through COVID, Anthony has continued working, delivering the packages to our doors, record numbers of them, over 180 times to date, Patty Friedman, who organized the event, said to WTVR in an email. I wanted to thank him personally for how much he helped me feel welcomed when I moved in during the pandemic. It was terribly lonely, and he was always the highlight of my day. Mentioning this to a few people, and the response I got was all I needed to know I was not alone. So that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool.
I want to know what the gift was. Normally they say it.
I don't know. I feel
It's a mystery.
really bad now because I have no idea who delivers the packages. I think the Amazon people, they're like all different.
Yeah.
So at my office, I think we have like one general UPS guy that's like on that route, and he comes by all the time. But how do you? I don't want to say like all UP or all Amazon drivers look the same, but like when they pull up in the truck and like they just run out, and sometimes they're like ninjas. I have gotten like multiple packages while I'm home, sitting here, and like all of a sudden I go outside and like boom, the package is there, and like I had no idea that they even came.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like they sneak in and sneak out, and I think a lot of my packages were being delivered where there's like dogs. So I don't know if they were like trying to not get eaten. And so they would like literally sneak up from wherever or rappel down from a helicopter, drop the thing, and then like leave again. That was pretty cool. They're like the elf on the shelf that like constantly moves around.
Moves around.
But I feel really bad. I did not get my UPS guy something this year. Did you?
No. I don't know if I got anything from UPS this year.
I don't know. We had 10 minutes, so we can do this. Have you ever adopted an animal?
Yes.
What kind of animal?
A hamster.
Okay, what's your hamster's name?
I don't have him anymore, but it was named Echo.
Echo?
Yes.
Just making sure like none of the Amazon devices are going off right now. There's probably like 40 people watching right now, and you just said Echo, and they're like, what? What can I do for you? Okay, so when you hear the phrase I rescued an animal, you're thinking like you went down to the place and like, adopted them.
Yes.
So this guy, a homeless man in Atlanta, rescued all the animals at a shelter after it caught on fire.
That's a lot of animals.
That's a lot of animals, but it's a completely different kind of rescue. So Keith Walker I don't think I have a picture of this guy. Hang on. Oh, I do. I do. And let's see here. How about this one? Okay. So Keith Walker has been homeless since he was 13 years old. The one constant in this 53-year-old's life these days is his dog, Bravo. Never certain of his own circumstances, to keep him safe, Walker arranged with Gracie Hamlin, founder of W Underdogs, to let Bravo spend his nights at the facility. On December 18th, as Walker arrived to take Bravo for a walk, he found the shelter engulfed in flame. Without hesitation, Walker rushed into the inferno to save the animals. I was nervous, I'm not going to lie. I was really scared to go in there with all that smoke. But God put me there to save those animals, he told CNN. If you love a dog, you can love anyone in the world. My dog is my best friend, and I wouldn't be here without him. So I knew I had to save all of those other dogs. According to Hamlin, the firefighters at the scene had called animal control to take charge of rescuing the home's furry residents. But with the fire raging, Walker refused to wait. Scared as he might have been, Walker pulled every one of the animals, 6 dogs and 10 cats, to safety. He is my guardian angel. I can't thank him enough for saving my animals, Hamlin said. I'm still in disbelief. I've been around a fire and I know how fast they flare up. The fire, which started in the kitchen, ultimately rendered the facility uninhabitable. Fortunately, the animals were already slated to be moved to W Underdog's new Atlanta-based facility in a week's time and are all doing well. As the word of Walker's bravery spread, a GoFundMe campaign was launched to make life a little more certain for the Atlanta Animal Shelter hero and a sidekick, Bravo. Mr. Walker, you're an extraordinary gentleman, risking life and limb to save not only dogs but the cats in the shelter as well, which would have been far more difficult, commented a donor who made a $50 contribution. I can't wait to see you on the news in a fresh apartment with a new start. You've earned it, man. That sentiment was echoed by many. So far, more than $37,000 has been raised, while dealing with a person caught up in a cycle of long-term homelessness is complicated. The campaign's founder had vowed that all the monies taken in will be put towards making a better future for the man who risked his own life to save the lives of helpless animals.
I like animals.
Fire's like hard. I mean, I know people like boys, especially. We like starting fires on every. But like, if you have a giant building on fire, have you ever seen one?
I don't think so.
Okay, I have. I remember driving. I was at work one day, and I was like driving down the road, and I could see the smoke. And as I got up, like there was the top half of the house was on fire, and like no one was there except for like one of the neighbors, I think. I remember a lady being there. And when I got out, like you're trying to like you're hoping that nobody's in the house. And as I ran up, there was like I could hear a dog inside. And so I'm like pounding on the door, like, is anybody in there, you know? And so I decided I was going to kick the door down and let the dog out. And you know how they like just step back and kick it open in the movies?
Yes.
Okay, it doesn't work that way. Like I kicked at the door and like it didn't budge at all. And so like I like got a running start and I'm like throwing myself at the door, and like I did finally break it open. And my shoulder, I thought I had dislocated it and torn whatever, and I had like this huge bruise for quite a while. And but anyway, the dog that was inside was not happy to see me. It was like this huge, it was like a huge German Shepherd, and its ears were back and its tail was down, and it was like growling, and I thought it was gonna kill me. And so because I just broke into its house. So like I stepped aside, and when I did, the dog like took off running out the door, and the dog was really, really happy to get out of the fire, obviously.
Yeah.
But I ran in real quick. I went around. I didn't see anybody there, and by then like someone had actually called the fire department and they were there. But it's a scary situation if you've never been in one. I'm just glad that everything worked out for this guy and the dogs too. So I think we have time for one more one more article. Do you have anything you want to say or add?
No, we can move on.
Okay. So this one is actually super, super cool to look at. This walkthrough holiday village with lights that they borrowed from a Disney set to raise millions of dollars for critically ill children. So here's a picture. An incredible Florida display featuring 89 acres of holiday lights is helping kids with critical illnesses this winter. The set includes a giant mushroom, an ice cream palace spaceship, and a giant upside-down toy box. They all illuminate the night in Kissimmee as part of the Night of a Million Lights, a walkthrough show made up of, in fact, over 3.2 million lights. Give Kids the World, a nonprofit resort that provides vacations for sick children and their families, opened the dazzling display in November, and all the proceeds will be used to support the granting of children's wishes when the village reopens in January 2021. It's just taking advantage of all the whimsical things we have and bringing them to life with color and light, said Pamela Landworth, president and CEO of Give Kids the World. A 150-foot tunnel, a gingerbread arch, and an entire mini golf course are part of the 45 villas that have been lit up with lights donated by the Walt Disney World Resort. I thought I had more pictures. I do have more pictures. Here's another shot. You can see it from up above. 45 acres. It's pretty funny because you can see the other houses on the other side. That's the street. And it's like they suck the power out to be, with there. And I feel like, okay, here is, oops, the windmill. I knew I had more. And you can see like the outline of the train there. I don't know if you can see it. And the giant giraffe heads and everything. So it's pretty cool. I'm going to put in the, I'm going to put in the chat here. Here is a YouTube video link directly to a video that you can watch. And I think that basically wraps up the show.
That is a lot of lights.
Yeah.
3.2 million.
Yeah, 3.2 million. We used to have like the old Christmas tree lights where like one light would go out and like the whole Christmas tree would go out. Can you imagine like
having to redo that?
Like, did you see the Grinch Stole
Yes.
Christmas, the Jim Carrey one?
Yes.
And he walks up to the Christmas tree and he unscrews one light bulb and the entire power goes out in the whole town.
Yes.
That would be awful if that happened here.
It would just get really dark.
I feel like since the lights came from Disney World, like they never go bad.
I don't think that would
Okay,
work
have
like
you been to
that.
Disney World?
Yes.
How many times?
3 times.
Okay,
In my
have
life.
you ever seen a Disney light bulb or anything out of place at Disney World?
I don't think so, but I think they go through it every night,
They're like,
replacing everything, even if it's not broken.
there's literally like acres and acres and acres and acres and acres. I don't even know how big Disney. Do you know how big Disney World is?
No.
I don't know how big Disney World is. But if Disney would like to sponsor this show, no, they. I've never seen anything out of place.
I don't think I have.
And the crazy thing is, and I know that Sophia, I don't know if she's on. She's like a big Disney person, and she goes to Disney like all the time. So if you've ever been in Disney World, like have you? Okay, so the one that I've been to is in Florida. Florida, the majority of the state of Florida is like swampland.
Yes.
Okay, they have like alligators and crocodiles and panthers, which is weird that you would think panther would be in the swamp. But like it's a swampy area. So when you have a swampy area like that and like parts of Georgia and such, okay, you get like bugs and mosquitoes and everything. Now, where we live, we have mosquitoes and they're horrible. Have you ever been bitten by a mosquito?
Yes.
Okay.
It's very
Like when
itchy.
you go out and you have like a billion people or however many people go through Disney World in a week or whatever, okay, it's like free food buffet. But I have never, ever, ever seen or been bit by a mosquito at Disney World in the middle of a swampy area ever.
I heard something, I think online, that said they have like these scent things that mosquitoes don't like, and they go out so that no mosquitoes come in the parks.
Okay,
I don't know if that's true.
I've used citronella candles, and I've used the other little scent things, and I've used the off spray and all that other stuff. We had like these. We were at a like a 4th of July thing like a couple of years ago, and I have a friend of mine, and her boyfriend or whatever at the time, they're like all these like organic people. So they had this like homeopathic organic lard rub or whatever it was. I don't know what it was. It's some kind of like skunk spray or something or whatever they made it out of, okay? And they rubbed it on, and like we were sitting out there, and like they were constantly being eaten by mosquitoes that they gave up, and they're like, does anybody have any off with like 500% DEET? You know? And so I've used stuff, and like nothing's 100%, but there's literally like, it's like a magical barrier around Disney World.
Yes.
And it prevents the lights from breaking down, and it prevents mosquitoes from coming in. So anyway, we're sitting here on New Year's Eve. I know that there are parts of the country that have it already. I know that our friends over in the UK that are usually on channel here, their New Year's is coming up pretty quickly. We are about
7 hours.
7 hours away from ours. We hope you have a great New Year. We hope you had a great year. We look forward to a lot of good things in 2021. This is our last episode of the year. It is also our last episode of this particular season, and season 2 starts for us next Thursday, but technically for us maybe next Tuesday. So we'll see how that goes. We'll send out some alerts and some messages on Discord. We hope you guys have a great and wonderful evening. Enjoy the fireworks, enjoy family, enjoy the fireplace or wherever it is or whatever, however it is you're celebrating. And I think I'm going to go get me some more
hot chocolate
and whipped cream. Have a great night.